Once upon a time, a boy was born and raised by his stepsisters. They told him everything about girls and made him the world's most famous womanizer. This became his blessing and his curse. That boy was me. Hi everyone, my name's Jamie. My mom married my stepdad when I was about 2. We lost our parents very early in our lives, but my stepsisters raised me. We lived in our grandparents' farm, but they were always busy with farm work, so Millie, Danny, and Colleen were basically the ones who fed me, taught me, and took care of me. When we got older and we all went to school, they were my protectors. Nobody ever bullied me when my sisters were around. Otherwise, they'd go after them like hunters. Growing up and hanging out a lot with 3 girls gave me a bit of a superpower, too. Because of my sisters, I understood girls. More than the average guy ever could. I knew what made them happy, what annoyed them. I knew how their minds worked. So you can imagine how many girls I managed to charm when I was in high school. Me, an average-looking kid. And I had more girls crushing on me than even the football captain. That came with some problems too, though. You know what they say. With great power. See, I was still immature. And I thought I had all the right in the world to use and abuse this superpower that I discovered. I got a little cocky, and so I went on a bit of a rampage. I dated every single one of them. At some point, I even had 3 girlfriends at the same time. And that was when I got caught. The 3 girls I was seeing at the same time confronted me in front of the whole school, and they exposed my secrets. Girlfriend 1 told everyone how I was playing them the whole time. From that moment on, no girl wanted to go out with me. I tried dating, but nobody even texted me back. Girls ignored me, and I didn't even go to prom because I figured it would just be too depressing. At the very least, it played to my advantage, though. When I wasn't distracted by trying to score as many girls as I could, I was able to focus on school. And then, I got into college. Which was a miracle, because I was so sure I didn't do so well in the interview. But then, tragedy struck our family. Grandpa and Grandma passed away. We didn't know what to do. All we had was the farm and Grandpa's old pickup. But my sisters were amazing. They all gave up their chance to go to school so I could. Millie took over the farm. Danny focused on helping Millie and putting up a YouTube channel about our farm so she could earn money on the side. And Colleen got a job in town as a manager. My sisters worked tirelessly to get me to go to college. And, unfortunately, I let them all down. I just wanted to help, see? I heard of a way I could make tons of money easy and I jumped right in. A friend I made on the first day told me about this awesome place where I could bet money and make 10 times more. But I got hooked. I kept playing and playing, and I won! The 20,000 my sisters gave me turned into 50, and soon it became 100 grand. I was over the moon. I bought myself a top-of-the-line PC. I rented a penthouse apartment. I started going out to clubs and VIP lounges. I dated any girl I wanted. I charmed them with my superpowers and the things I knew about them. I took them to fancy restaurants and awesome trips. And then, when I was back to 20,000, I went back to bet some more. And that was when I lost it all. It only took 2 minutes to lose all the money I had. And suddenly, my world got plunged into darkness. I realized what I'd done. All that money. My sisters spent months working so hard to put it all together. And I just lost it all. I was ready to go home, to just give up and fess up to my sisters. But then my buddy suggested something to me. Yeah, the same one who got me hooked in the first place. He told me there was a foolproof way to solve my problems. And like the fool that I was, I believed him. But what other choice did I have? I was in too deep. I promise you, she won't even notice. She's so loaded, this kind of money is just spare change to her. I don't know, man. It's too far. I just don't know if I'm okay with stealing from people. You're the one who came to me, man. You want to fess up to your sisters that you lost all that money? It's up to you. I was scared. I was scared of being caught. But more than that, I was scared of my sisters. They gave me everything they could, and I turned out to be a disappointment. So, one last time, I promised myself, one last time I'm gonna trust Dean to help me solve this. And you know what? He was right. Amelia was a rich kid. When we broke into her dorm room, we immediately realized that. It wasn't at all like any of the dorms I've been in. She had the whole floor to herself, and the walk-in closet that she had built special was full of designer clothes and shoes that could pay for my whole tuition. I wondered what kind of things I'd need to do to be that rich. But then, Dean caught my attention and pointed something out to me. Lying there on Amelia's bed, just open and free for anyone to see, was the suitcase we were planning to steal. It was her weekly allowance. Whoever her dad was, I wish he'd adopt me, because never in my life had I met anyone who got a suitcase full of cash for a weekly allowance. I grabbed it, not thinking twice. And then, suddenly the room began to fill with an ear-piercing noise. Red lights flashed above us, and we knew we screwed up. She was probably the richest kid in the school. Of course there'd be alarms. We didn't even get to run. The doors burst open, and 4 massive guys had us in a headlock immediately. They put bags over our heads and stuffed us in a car boot together. I was trembling the whole ride. I didn't know what the heck I got myself into. At that point, I'm telling you, I would have given anything to just have been caught and brought to the police. I woke up tied to a chair. Dean was nowhere to be seen. There was a girl sitting on my lap. 2 guys in suits standing in the shadows cracked their knuckles. And behind a massive desk was a man with a scarred face, looking at me as if daring me to move one muscle. I'm sorry. I swear, I didn't want to steal from you. I am just in a lot of trouble. The man behind the desk stood up menacingly. Who sent you? Why are you after my daughter? Oh, stop it, Daddy. Don't give the boy a heart attack. Oh, Amelia, why couldn't you let your dad just have a bit of fun? I was so confused. I thought for sure it was the end of me. And suddenly, they were all laughing. You are a lucky boy. I would normally get rid of anyone who tries to steal from my family. But lucky you. My little Amelia here took a liking. Now you'll have to marry her. Marry her? A stranger? What if she's crazy? Well, I thought there are worse fates. Plus, she was really pretty. And loaded. I should thank the heavens and not question it. But you will be my servant. And my daughter's servant, until you've earned our trust. So, out of nowhere, I got married to a multi-millionaire and became a servant all on the same day. I helped Massimo with whatever he needed. I cleaned the house, I cooked for Amelia, and some days Amelia would show me how to live lavishly like she does. After college, Massimo gave me a job as one of his mob spies. I was sneaky enough for it. I would infiltrate enemy mobs' businesses and bring back secrets to the boss. Of course, there was danger, but there were also pretty girls. My being a womanizer came into play again. I promise I tried to rein it in, but I just couldn't ignore all the hot girls who wanted a piece of me. So, behind my wife's back, I cheated on her with other girls. And then Massimo found out. He immediately had me seized by his bodyguards and brought me to the pier where they tied me up. They punched me in the stomach and forced me inside a metal drum filled with rocks. And with one kick, Massimo sent me sinking down the ocean. I closed my eyes, knowing that I was gonna die. But then, drip, drip, something was happening. I looked up just in time to see that the lid of the drum was being ripped open and seawater came pouring in. I lost consciousness after that, and when I woke up, I was in a bed, and there she was, sitting by my side and looking down at me with an expression I never saw before. I immediately sat up and panicked. Oh my God! Amelia! What are you... I didn't mean to cheat on you. Please, don't kill me!
Amelia? Mia? Oh, sweetie. No, my name's Sophia. I'm Amelia's twin. You're in my palace. You're safe.
Turned out, Amelia's dad sold Sophia to a mysterious couple so he could start his mob empire. And now, Sophia's a princess, and the sisters have always been fighting. Amelia was always jealous that Sophia got to be the princess. She kept sending assassins to kill her. And now, Sophia was finally gonna get her revenge by marrying me. What? Why me? How?
Who do you think kept sending those hot spies to meet you? I've been trying to break up your marriage from the start. I want you for myself, and Amelia will never be able to have you again.
Turned out, Sophia was much nicer than her sister, and over time, we fell in love and got married. Now I'm a duke, and I finally have the chance to take care of my sisters who took care of me my whole life. We now live in a massive palace, and I get to do whatever I want.